I have an idea about the role AI will play in the evolution of knowledge. Throughout history, knowledge has been transferred through a variety of media. First, it was oral traditions and lore. Later, we had writing and language could be stored and retained. Then we had different media such as video, audio, and interactive games. Now AI could provide a different way to communicate and develop ideas. I would like to start a canvas to work on this in a document form, please. Now I need to expand and refine these ideas. Let's generate a couple of articles about the new medium. I need a lecture outline and a study guide. Now how about a set of PowerPoint slides? Now let's take all of this over to Notebook LM and generate a podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into AI in education today. So let's get into it.
Okay.
First up, you've got this article about AI being the next step in like a long evolution of knowledge transfer.
Yeah, it's really interesting how it looks at the whole history of knowledge transfer.
Yeah, like starting way back with oral traditions.
Right, exactly. Things could get lost or changed over time. It wasn't the most reliable way to keep information intact.
Makes sense.
Then came the written word, of course. Huge step forward. Suddenly, knowledge could be preserved, shared more widely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But even with books and libraries, there are still limitations.
So where does AI come in? I mean, this article makes it sound like a total game changer.
It really is. AI is different because it brings interactivity and adaptability to the forefront. Unlike a static book, AI can engage in a dialogue with the learner.
That's amazing, yeah.
It can tailor the information in real time and even come up with new insights based on what the learner is doing or asking.
So it's like a personalized learning experience.
Exactly.
We've always talked about personalized learning, but this actually makes it possible.
Right. It takes it to a whole new level.
So we got personalization, but you mentioned a bunch of other potential benefits too, right? Like I'm thinking about inclusivity, engagement, and even just, making things more efficient for teachers.
Exactly. AI has the potential to make learning so much more inclusive.
So it's not about replacing teachers. It's more like AI becomes your partner in a way.
Exactly. It's about helping teachers do what they do best, but even better.
That actually reminds me of this research paper you shared about how AI is going to impact the role of teachers in the classroom. What were some of the key takeaways from that?
That paper makes a really interesting argument. It says that AI is going to fundamentally change what it means to be a teacher.
Oh, wow.
Hi, hello?
Oh, hey there. What's up?
This all sounds like a dramatic change. Some people are going to have a hard time adjusting, and there's a lot of reasonable concerns around what you're talking about.
That's a really great point. And honestly, that's something that educators are going to need to think about.
Yeah, change can be really hard, and it's understandable that there could be some resistance, especially when it comes to something as fundamental as how we teach.
It's true. We've been talking about all the amazing possibilities, but you're right. It's not going to be an easy switch for everyone.
Exactly. It's more about providing support and training so they can see AI as a helpful tool rather than a threat. And there's also a lot of potential for AI to improve student outcomes.
Okay, so it's about shifting the dynamic so AI can handle a lot of the information delivery. This lets teachers focus on teaching higher level skills like critical thinking and problem solving, like you were saying.
Yes, and I think that new role as a facilitator or even a mentor could actually be more rewarding for a lot of teachers. Okay, so let's talk about flipping a script. You know, Bloom's taxonomy, that classic pyramid.
Yeah, it starts with remembering, right? And then you build up to creating.
Right, exactly. But what if we inverted that whole pyramid? What if we started with creation instead of memorization?
Whoa, so you're saying like before they even master the basics, students just jump into making stuff?
Exactly. It's a creation-first approach to learning.
Creation first. I like the sound of that, but I'm also a little, skeptical. How does that actually work?
Think about it. Instead of starting with a lecture about engineering principles, you challenge your students to design a bridge.
Oh, okay. Using AI tools, I'm guessing.
Of course. And right away, the act of creating reveals those knowledge gaps.
They're going to run into problems they don't know how to solve.
Exactly. And then those gaps become opportunities. They're driven to seek out the information they need.
It's not just memorizing facts from a textbook. It's about solving a real problem.
And that makes the learning so much more engaging. It's purposeful.
I'm with you so far. So they're building this bridge. They hit a wall. What happens then?
Well, AI can help there too, right? Imagine AI-powered learning assistants that can provide very specific information just when they need it.
Oh, interesting. So they could ask a question and get a definition or find a tutorial, all without leaving their project.
Exactly. So the theory becomes relevant because it's connected to what they're doing.
They're not just learning about it in the abstract, they're applying it immediately.
And that kind of hands-on learning leads to a much deeper understanding of the concepts.
Okay, I'm really starting to see the potential here, but what about the other parts of Bloom's taxonomy? Like analyzing, evaluating. Do those fit into this model too?
Absolutely. Those skills are still essential. They just come into play in a different order with a different emphasis.
I see what you mean. Okay, so after the students create something.
Right. Then they can analyze what they've made. The students can analyze their work. They can identify the...
It's like having a co-analyzer. And then what?
Then they can evaluate their work, judge its effectiveness.
Based on what, like specific criteria or feedback from others?
Right. They have to step back, look at the big picture, consider maybe even the ethical implications of what they've created.
That's pretty deep. So it's like this constant cycle: create, explore, understand, analyze, evaluate, then refine and create again.
Right. And through it all, AI is there to support them, guide them.
Wow. This is really making me rethink my whole approach to teaching. It's all about empowering the students.
It really is. This model puts them in the driver's seat.
It's so cool.